What's up, guys? Ellington here, and welcome back. And you know what? We're just going to make this an official thing. Welcome to the Sunday Special. I call it that because I've noticed over the past couple weeks, honestly, for the past couple months, to be really perfectly honest with you, that the replays that I post on Sundays seem to do extremely well. I'm not 100% sure if it's just, a lot of people aren't doing anything on Sundays, so they, oh, hey, here's a video to watch, But hey, it's going to be a thing, and what it's going to be, I am going to pick the best replay of the week, and it's going to come out on Sunday. The best battle I've got, on hand at that point is going to be our Sunday video. If you guys are going to watch it, then I'm going to give you the best one I've got. So, today is kind of a fun one because this is another themed battle. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. We have got ourselves Macedon on the right-hand side of the screen and Epirus on the left. We are on the city of Peltasts, and this one is another one of our fun kind of themed battles that we've been doing in the Dragon Core Discord. If you guys are interested in joining that and having the possibility of getting in on these games, the Dragon Core Discord link is down in the description. And without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into some players, okay? So on the defense here, we have got ourselves Macedon, and I don't really know, well, for these I kind of know which army is which. Here in the middle is myself, to my right-hand side is Posgwin, and then to the far side here is Corby. Then for the attackers as Epirus, this is the one where I don't 100% sure know who is which army. So, but the attackers as Epirus, we have got ourselves Billy Blazes, Dagger McStabby, and the one and only Gorm Mjolnir. So, without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and get this one going. So we're going to hit unpause, and we're going to get this thing on the roll. On the road. On the roll? Road? Roll? Sure, we're going to go with that. Now on the back side, you can see we actually do have some cavalry. We've got a companion cav general, what is this? Citizen cavalry, and the last one is a Thessalian cav. Then all the way on the other side here, we have got one Thessalian cav. Got some foot companion pikes, so I believe Paz here went really big on his pikemen. Very, very good pikes there. Look at that, a pike with 49 melee attack. Thorax swords, shield bearer general, got some Rhodian slingers, thorax swords, and militia hoplites. Over here we've got some thorax swords, Thracian warriors, some Cretan archers, royal Peltasts. Got a little bit of everything here. A lot of thorax swords, and now over here we've got actually some militia hoplites from Corby coming out, going to basically force this Epirus player here to go through him to get to the walls to break them down. Then he's got more thorough spears back here. One thorough spear coming out, and a mercenary Rhodian slinger on the walls. He actually also brought a Greek scorpion. I believe, once again, I'm pretty positive this is Corby. It's been a little while, a couple weeks since we played this one. Been kind of collecting dust in my replay list. Been getting some really good replays, so it's like when I don't do one, it just kind of like keeps falling down the list because I honestly sometimes forget about it. Alright, so artillery, I'm going for one of the tortoises here. Really thinking to myself, if I can get down one of these tortoises, it can make our life a little easier. Over here, not much happening. Looks like this Epirus player is slowly coming forward. We've got some Etruscan hoplites. Look at those shields. Look epic. Over here, Italian swords, Illyrian levies. And right in front, we got a militia hoplite. So this is a nice move here. I believe this is Gorm coming up. So a lot of people, as they are bringing their siege equipment up, they don't really support it, so the defenders will run out and kill whoever is pulling the siege equipment, like the battering ram here. So what did Gorm do? He took a militia hoplite and put it right in front of the gate, and is bringing the battering ram up to hit the gate, meaning it's really hard for me to decide if I want to go out and hit him because there's a militia hoplite in my way. Got a couple kills, though, with my ballista there. Got 50 on it. Then I think this is Paz here. Paz is about to lose his, basically because they're going to use their tortoise to bust the artillery emplacement. He's not really doing a ton of damage with the explosive, but he is, really disrupting that formation. Now he's hitting the Cretan archers with it. Oh, look at that. There's nothing cooler than watching explosive round. It doesn't seem to do a whole lot in the way of killing anyone, but it is very, very fun to watch. Militia hoplites. Got thorax sword moving over. Defending here, I've got thorax swords. Now we got 2 holes in the wall here, and Italian swords and Illyrian levies getting ready to go through. The tough part about big open areas like this as an attacker is as you come in, the defenders can really set up great lines of fire for their javies and pila and archers and slingers. Nice little spot here for the Cretan archers. Getting a really nice shot on the mercenary Rhodian slingers there. Over here you can see our cav is still making its way. I'm not going to make the joke. Just taking a nice walk, and the reason we're walking is because the distance from this gate all the way around here is pretty long, so if we were to run the whole thing, we would be very, very tired, and we'd pretty much be useless when we got into combat. All right, now over here, looks like we've got stuff coming in. We've got Illyrian levies came through here. I think I've already got my javies off on my thorax swords. And got a mercenary Italian sword. Now this is actually kind of an issue. They came through here, and if they're unopposed, they're going to be able to get right into the back of the shield bearers. So I had to end up rushing a thorax sword to go engage this mercenary Italian sword. And then trying to come through the gate here, because the gate is neutralized, is militia hoplites. Got a thorax sword holding that gate as long as possible. And we got thorough spears and thorax swords basically supporting that gap. And traded out a thorax sword for a thorax sword to get a charge in. Now over here, it doesn't look like this Epirus player is quite pushing, but actually it looks like Pozgwin is going to come out of the gates. I really like being able to do this because it allows me to kind of see the parts of the battle that I didn't really get to see much of because I was microing my own side. So Etruscan hoplites, Italian swords, got a thorax sword here, some militia hoplites. Thorax swords should be able to get some kills on those. Got a much larger gap in the wall now. All right, these Italian swords are really getting hit hard. They're getting, engaged by the shield bearers and shot in the side by the archers. My thorax swords are doing their job, protecting the flank of the shield bearer. And actually, look at this. Thracian warrior is going to get in the back of the Italian swords. Got a really nice charge there. That's exactly what you want to see out of Thracian warriors. Look at that. When we first looked, they were 99. They're already 120. The key to Thracian warriors is 1, protect them from archers. Number 2, keep them moving. Charge them in, wait probably 3 to 5 seconds, and pull them out. Then turn around and charge back. Some fire arrows trying to get this Italian sword to break there. Look at this, counter-charging back into it. Let's see, what do they go up to? Oh, man, look at that, 152 now. Now, obviously, Italian swords are not like the best unit on the planet, but that's still pretty good kills that you want to see on a Thracian warrior. You don't all the time see those kind of kills. Now, on this side, we're not watching it too much because, to be honest with you, there's not a whole lot to watch. I guess there is one thing we can watch, and that is a Royal Peltast at 160. They're now down to 87, getting absolutely wrecked by Rhodian Slingers. Basically, what's happening is the player who had this unit, I don't remember who it was, just was paying attention to another place and didn't really realize that he was in range of a Slinger unit, and it's just getting massacred. But keep in mind, that is a 1,280 gold unit that is dying with 0 kills. So right here, you can see just taking my time. There's nothing coming through. So, you know, using units to really kind of finish off this side. 176 kills on the Thorax Swords now, just basically massacring everything that comes through that gate. Whatever comes through that gate, you will hold your ground. Light Peltasts here, 72 kills, nicely done. Now over here we've got Etruscan Hoplites going in on the Thorax Swords. But look at this, nice shots from the Thorax Swords over here. There's a lot of Hoplite units here. Some cool screenshots. Maybe we can get one with the arrows coming in. There we go. And these Thorax Swords are kind of getting some jabbies into the back of the Etruscan Hoplites over here. On this intersection here, we've got Thorax Swords, 104 kills. The Shield Bearers up to 85. Got Cretan Archers and Archers that have moved forward. So these Light Peltasts, they're probably out of ammo. Yep, looks like they're out of ammo. So these could be a bit of an issue. The Archers are getting some pretty good angles on us. Having to counter-charge over into these Samnite Warriors while one of my Thorax Swords holds back another Samnite Warrior. But look at this, a really nice back shot from the Throw Spears right into the backs of the Samnites there. 191 kills now on that Thorax over there. And then a tower has now landed. But look at this, really nice angle here from the Cretan Archers. Shooting up into the Rhodian Slingers there from Corby. That side angle is really dangerous for your units on the walls.
Defensive positions.
But looks like they decided not to go up this wall. A couple units went up. Oh, here we go. Maybe. Could be a little dangerous here. Rhodian Slingers are pretty exposed, so Thorax Sword's going to go up there and try and help them out. Thorax Sword, 86 kills. Looks like the other one is now gone. Light Peltasts going in to help out the Shield Bearers because the Shield Bearers are a little outflanked here. 124 kills on the Shield Bearers. Over here, it looks like it's pretty much cleaned up. A lot of the Etruscan Hoplites are pretty much gone. And honestly, it looks like he is just going to move off to the other side now. Throw Spear moving this way, though. Royal Peltast, the Salian Cav. And then look at this, the Citizen Cav getting into the Archers, but just really swarmed very quickly. So this is the Companion Cav from Corby here. He's got 24 kills. He's going to get out of that. Got some pikes around, but a lot of infantry here. Etruscan Hoplites, then the Hellenic Royal Cavalry. But he used, I believe he used Intimidate on the Hellenic Cavalry to basically, Intimidate basically makes it where a unit can't use one of their abilities for a certain amount of time. And so the Hellenic Royal Cav basically lost the ability to use one of their, so whether it was Second Wind or Battle Rhythm, whatever it was. Sallied out a little bit there with the Thorax Sword. I think what I saw was the Archers were forward a bit. I was trying to get into them. Didn't get in there very well, so just pulling back a little bit here. 211 kills now on the Thorax Swords. Got the Royal Peltasts getting ready to go in. Basically, one of these Thorax is only at 45 men, so I'm going to need infantry here. That's really what it came down to. Royal Peltasts already at 32 kills, man. Probably got some jabby tosses out of it first, though. Thorax Swords here engaging the Samnite Warriors. 46 kills here, but look at this, a small Royal Peltast unit coming through and gonna hit him in the back. One of our big fears when we did this battle as the Mastodon, one of our big fears was we got into this battle, we looked at their armies, and the amount of Royal Peltasts was just god-awful. I think it was like something in the realm of 12 Royal Peltasts on the attacker's side or something like that. Just an atrocious amount, and we definitely did not have that many, and so our thing was like, all right, what are we going to kill? Are we going to shoot the Royal Peltasts, or are we going to shoot the pikes? And it became a really difficult decision because you'll end up seeing that it puts us in a little bit of a sticky spot because we kind of we don't have enough ammo to deal with both of the issues, which is, once again, archers, pikes, and Royal Peltasts. We didn't have the archer power to take on all of that, and we didn't have the elites to take on their elites. So it was a bit of a sticky situation there. Now got a fresh Royal Peltast. Oh, that's my actual general here, going up against some Etruscan hoplites. Most of my army at this point is fully engaged. And the stuff that are not engaged, so like these Thracian warriors, it's not a good time for them to be engaged. There's a lot of archers around. So if I throw these warriors in, too soon, they're just going to get shot to hell. Over here, Thorax Sword, 101 kills. The Royal Peltast up to 87. Now look at this. This Thorax Sword defending the gate is still here and now has 235 kills. Thorough Spears helping defend this area. This Thorough Spear, I think, is out of ammo. Over here, you can see they've just abandoned it. It would be a death trap trying to get into this area here. So the Epirates have basically just said, okay, fine, we're just going to full push. And look at this. Defensive line holding their flanks on both sides here so that they can fully funnel their troops into this area without the worries of the cavalry or any of these troops from the side. So this side here I remember specifically, got pretty scary. I was really running thin on troops, and I was really at this point kind of getting double teamed. I was taking on like the majority of Gorm and like half of Dagger with some of sorry, I'm having a brain fart here, with some of Billy's troops as well, and it was getting really, really tough. So I ended up having it, hey, Corby, I need you to send me troops. Hey, Corby, I need you to send me troops. And so thankfully you can see a lot of his stuff starting to move over in this direction. Got some Thorough Spears, getting some nice shots. My Thracian warriors are actually now going into combat on the Samnite warriors. That's a good combat. Thracian warriors exceed in armor piercing, and so they do pretty good against something like Samnite warriors, which have a very high armor. And they are looking there, another Thracian warrior coming in from Corby, and we're just going to cycle charge in and out of the Samnites there. More and more stuff coming in, Italian swords, Samnite warriors moving into this area. Then in front of the gate, still got Etruscan hoplites trying to force their way through. And actually, I believe the unit that was here has finally been defeated, and a unit from Corby actually ended up having to go into that combat. Thorax Swords down to 25. Got the Royal Peltast still here. 96 men left with 147 kills. Over this way, Posquin has got some Thorax Swords into both of these breaches, and he is bringing his Shield Bearer General. Look at this. His Thorax Pikes just got annihilated by the Cretan Archers from Epirus. He's got quite a bit over here. He was really just... He didn't think that they had fully, given up this side. He really thought that they were going to be making a push over this way, so we'll see if they do it. All right, now Thorax Sword pulling back. Thracian warriors are going to cycle charge, go in. Now over this way, the Thorax Sword has broken, so it's the Royal Peltast left, but they're just going to switch out. We're going to switch out the Royal Peltast, throw that Thorax Sword back in, Royal Peltasts was getting shot quite a bit, and that's not a unit you want to get shot by arrows. It's something you really want to be dying in combat while it's killing its enemies. That's usually how combat works, if you didn't know. Now, my Gen is already, he's got 65 kills, down to 117. Thorough Spears here with 51 kills, got 156 men left. Look at this, Thorough Spear is about to break, leaving us a bit of a gap. And so the Royal Peltast for this Empress is going to have a pretty much clear path in. All right, there we go, plug the gap with the Thorough Spears. Now, Thracian Warriors cycle charging. Once again, this is how you use Thracian Warriors. Honestly, this is a good tactic to use with any of your units. Now, something that you should not be doing is throwing Javies into a combat with Thracian Warriors in it. That's really not something that's good with most units, but it's really, really, really bad with Thracian Warriors and, like, Lusitani's units, stuff like that, because they're so low armored. And now that Corby is committing to this, it allows me to pretty much bring some of my infantry back this direction. Where did my Royal Peltast go? Oh, that's the Gate Thorax Sword, by the way. 249 kills. I think I pulled him out because he was really tired, and I wanted to let him rest up. Did I lose the other Royal Peltast? Or, there it is. So the Royal Peltast here, 51 men left, 166 kills. Then over here, Paz is pretty much committed into this with his General. General not getting a ton of kills, but Shield Bearers don't always get a lot of kills. Now he's got a little bit of an issue here. His Thorax Sword is into this breach and is being outflanked because, look at this, more Royal Peltasts. Just, God, so many Royal Peltasts. They had so many. We looked at their armies, like I said, before the game, like when we got onto the field, and we were like, oh my God. And look at this, the gate defenders are back. It's like, we will not lose this gate. Royal Peltast, 168 kills, 49 men left. Thorough Spears, 60 kills. Thorax Swords, 138 kills. And more stuff from Corby coming over to the center area. That's where we need it. So, I mean, that's fine. Like, that's where we need the units. And I tell you what, we probably use majority of our ammunition on the Royal Peltast. I think that's what we kind of decided. Okay, if there's one thing that we really don't have the answer for, it's those. So, archers. We were figured that we would be able to possibly tank the archer ammo from Epirus and just use like tactical positioning to basically outflank the pikes if they came in issues. So that's why we really just made that decision. Okay, it's the Royal Peltast. Those are the ones we have to kill. Oh, the General. Oof. General went in to go get a charge and just got wrecked by Javies and archers, and then a cav charge from the Hellenic Royal Cavalry. Just, that was rough. The companion cav got 56 kills, and that was Corby's General. So we've now lost one General. Archers here just tearing us apart. 125 kills on those ones there. Over here we've got 80 kills. 75, 72. Shield Bearer Gen just holding on for dear life, keeping these Thorough Spears out. As you can see, Paz moved most of his stuff over this way. You know, he left some militia hoplites here to hold the gap, but that's about it. Here he's got some Thorax Swords and his foot companions. My General, some pikes from Corby. Thorough Spear's going to come help. Going to hit this. So basically what's going to happen is we're going to have a box like that, or a triangle, I guess. But the downside to that is that the archers here get a really nice back shot onto the shield bearers. I mean, they're not doing a ton of damage, but that will cause them to be whittled down. My archers, the issue that I continue to have is every time I moved forward, I got focused by like 6 Cretan archers, and that was kind of the biggest issue. Was I just couldn't tank that with my archers. Thorax Sword's 205. Where's the Royal Peltasts? 19 men left, 189 kills. I'll tell you what, that Royal Peltast does something very special, and you'll see it. You'll see it in a bit. More reinforcements coming from Corby here, and more reinforcements being filtered in here by Epirus. Got a little bit of a break there, so Epirus might be able to sneak something through now. Etruscan Hoplite still. Thorax Swords in the gate, 280 kills now. It's nothing to blink an eye about with Thorax Swords. I think anybody getting 280 kills with Thorax is going to be really happy with it. But here's one of the Epirus generals, Royal Peltasts, and you can see the arrows flying in. We saw the general and the fact that it's a Royal Peltast, so we said fire, 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 take it down. Now he is doing some damage, 59, 60 kills now, but look at that. He is already almost half health, 83 men, and he's getting the hell out of there. He broke the unit he wanted to break, and he said, run, run, run. Now here, getting a little thin here. We got the one Thorax Sword, but that's it, and they actually do have a little bit of a gap, but the Thorough Spears, looks like they're going to come in and plug that. 281, and look at this, getting a little skinny here. 8 men left on the Royal Peltast. 8 men left on the Royal Peltast. 196 kills on it. Got the pike coming in here. I think that's Corby's. So I think Paws only brought 1 pike. No, he brought 2 pikes. He brought a Thorax and he brought a companion pike, foot companion. So I'm pretty sure the standard pikes were both from Corby. I don't think I brought any pikes, if I remember. Yeah, I don't think I brought any. I think I decided to go with the Royal Peltasts instead. Thorax Sword is 75 men, sorry. 223 kills. Thorax Sword, 55. Thorough Spears, 43. Got a little bit of a, I think you might have seen a gap there, but Thorough Spears is stopping it. That is a fresh Royal Peltast, and look at this. What we were doing is, if a Royal Peltast went this way, we brought our archers this way, allowing us to shoot that way. If the Royal Peltast went this way, we would send our archers that way, allowing us to get those shots. And that's kind of what we tried to do. We did as much as we could. You know, obviously we didn't have the ammo. I mean, look at this. This is 3 Royal Peltasts here. 3 Royal Peltasts. We don't have enough arrows to deal with all of that, but if we can deal as much damage as we possibly can, that's the best thing we can do. Look at this guy, now down to 7 men. 63 on this one, 15 on that Militia Hoplite. Got some Thorough Spears with 33 kills. Militia Hoplites over here. Got to be careful because they are getting some units up onto this area and falling off this broken wall. Look at that, you see the bodies? Insert Wilhelm scream here. Foot Companions, that is the Foot Companion pike for Posgwin. Oh no, that's a lot of Royal Peltast jabbies. Got lucky, didn't lose too much there. Thracian Warriors, that's a fresh Thracian Warrior unit coming over this way. My general is in combat, up to 77 kills now. Over here, so Paz ended up taking away his units from this side and brought them over to the battle here. One of them is here, and I think the other one is over this way. I think he's the only one who brought no, because Corby brought Militia Hoplites too. So yeah, I have no idea. General's dead for, I think both Paz and Corby have lost their generals at this point, meaning I am the only general standing now. We'll see who takes the field. General up to 88 kills. Royal Peltasts is now to one man. He's down to one man. This is the first time that I have ever gotten a unit down to one man without it breaking. This sumbitch is sitting right here, sitting pretty. And at this point, I noticed that he was one man. And I said, get the hell out of there, boy. You did your job and you're gonna live. So I took him out of the fight and he's gonna go off and live. He's gonna ride off into the sunset and live happy. Don't mind me, okay? I'm fine. Royal Peltasts here for this Empress army. 82 men were killed with 137 left in the unit. And doing some pretty good damage here. Then look at this, more and more and more Royal Peltasts. So 189 kills on that one. Samnite Warrior, Thorough Spear, and then a tiny little Royal Peltast that I'm assuming got shot to hell. I mean, look at the ground. We just focused them, man. Like, I don't even have words for it. Just the amount of Royal Peltasts that were shot and died in this spot was disgusting. I'm just going to be honest with you. Thorax Sword, 151 kills, 102 now on my General, 128 on that Thorax Sword. Empress just putting everything into this attack. Look at this. Cretan Archers went out to engage. What is this? Cretan Archers. That's just kind of funny. Oh, but look at this. So Paz had left this open because he needed to move his units. And I believe this is Gorham's General took the advantage and went through it. So we put a pike in one spot, put it here. But the issue was that we didn't have anything else or couldn't get it all the way over here in time. So we basically have been sending units over here to try and slow him down. But look at him, 155 kills, now 58. And the first sacrificial unit is already gone. Now the Hellenic Royal Cav is about half strength, 46 men left. But all of my range units that are out of ammo have run over this way, and they said, we will stop you in your tracks. And so we will watch them die. Oh, man. Just annihilated. That first, look at the units drop. Just that first archer unit just got wasted. Now over here, still having issues. Thorough Spear trying to get through, but the pikes are going to get in there. So you got two pikes, a foot companion, now a standard pike, trying to choke off this area. And all the Royal Peltasts have gone this direction. 3 Royal Peltasts eating their way through the defenders here. The Gate Guardians, 347 kills, meet their end in a place that isn't the gate. Just a sad, tragic story of men who did an honorable and just fantastic feat of defending that place, and they were called to defend another where they died heroically. Look at this, though. Scorpion's got a really nice shot here. 96 kills now. The Cav just running amok, just getting into all of the archers here that are trying to slow it down and prevent him from going to the point. Thorax Swords and the pikes are making a push back. They are saying, you will take no further steps into my city. It's very dramatic. I've just noticed that I made this very dramatic. And yes, it is a dramatic situation, if you did not know. Hellenic Royal Cav, look at this triple chevron now. with 389 kills. Just ripping these units to shreds. Royal Peltasts, 213 kills. Thorough Spear with 73, and a Thorax Sword with 59. Militia Hotblade holding this breach. And in the back, we have some Cretan archers that look like they're out of ammo at this point. And over here, Thorax Sword and pikes. Where did the foot companions go? Did the foot companions just get wasted? What? No, okay, they're over there. I was about to say, like, what? 43 kills and 118 kills. Hellenic Royal Cavalry, 480 kills now. He's lost 11 men in killing those archers, I'd like you to know. I'll have you know. Man, they're holding them, we're holding them strong. And they do not have much left, to be perfectly honest with you. You can see the balance of power. It is very well in our favor as the defenders. Hellenic Royal Cav has now broken 500 kills, but lost 2 men since we saw it last. Haha! Take that, Eberus. But now it is free to roam, and it is now a silver chevron Hellenic Royal Cav. But here is the heroic deed that I spoke of earlier that this Royal Peltast is about to enact. Hellenic Royal Cavalry, 30 or 28 men versus 1 man from a Royal Peltast.
Double time.
So, at this point, I took him and I was like, no, you're gonna kill him. He should survive. So I stick him behind the tree, and I don't think that, I believe this is Gorm's general. Gorm doesn't realize that this guy is here. He dismounted his general to begin capturing the point. So cavalry can neutralize a point, but they cannot capture the point. But as he dismounted, he realized that the Royal Peltast is here, and I stuck him behind the tree because it makes them go all the way around it. But unfortunately, he dies. The one man took the heroic charge of the cavalry and died. Of all the places, we sent him back to the safety of the center of the city, and that is where he met his end. And it was a tragic story of the last standing Royal Peltast. I feel like that was so dramatic that, like, now towards this kind of like surrounding here, it's kind of like anticlimactic, and like the climax of the battle was like a moment ago, and here we are just like, well, all right, I mean, we'll just finish it out, shan't we? But I mean, this is just a terrible situation to be put in. Foot companions and pikes, but the issue is that the foot companions are kind of out of like position. So, I mean, Epirus basically just took his gen back, and I think he's probably just going to come in behind it. So Thorough Spear going to come in and probably engage that now. But yeah, look at that. He's getting into the edge of the foot companion. The foot companions are up to 140 kills. They are a cool looking unit, man. Then over here, the pikes at 81 kills. Got some leftover units, but I mean, you can see, like, we do not have that much left. We did send some units to come finish off the Hellenic Royal Cavalry. 535 kills now. That's a big thing. We're trying to get rid of it. 21 men left, so I mean, he's only lost 7 more men since we last looked at him. Pikes here, still just engaging these Thorough Spears that just really can't do anything. But foot companions kind of pulled back a little bit so that they could kind of get a better angle on the Royal Peltast general. The throw spears at 143 kills. Nice. That's a nice amount of kills for throws. I will say the Empress Royal Peltasts did really, really good. There were some that definitely did get kind of focused down by archers, but the ones that they did get in combat, if I remember correctly, they actually did some pretty good damage. And this is really just kind of enveloping the remaining units and kind of finishing that stuff off. The Hellenic Royal Cav is just kind of running around being a pain in the ass. I mean, that's kind of typical. He's actually abandoning this and actually falling back. Not falling back, I think he's coming to try and cause havoc in the back of our lines. But I think it's safe to say we could probably start fast forwarding here. As you can see, the envelopment is just continuing. Hellenic Royal Cavalry down to 10 men. I think he was getting shot by these Greek Scorpion. 128 kills now. Alright, so let's go look at some kills. So we'll start off here with Corby with 2,172 kills. His Scorpion did pretty well with 128. His archers and slingers did really well, 242 on that one. 101 on a Thracian warrior. 135 on a pike. 166, 192 on some thorax swords. 154 on a throw spear. We got Posgwin here with 2,059 kills. 102, 156, 198 on the Rhodian slingers and Cretan archers. 187 on the foot companion. 263 on the thorax sword with over 100 on just about all of his thorax. Then myself with 2,346 kills. 217 and 196 on the two Royal Peltasts. The archers, two of them got over 100. One only got 99. Got 191 on a Thracian warrior. Thracian warrior, I'd take that. My thorax pike, I did bring one, I guess, and it died. Thorax swords, 249, 349. Did pretty well there. I'm absolutely happy with that. And then for the attackers, their valiant attack, we have Billy Blazes with 1,769 kills, with archers doing really well. The lowest being that one there. Royal Peltas Gen, I think that's one of the ones that got shot to hell. And his Sam Knights did pretty well with 139, 130. Got 305 on one of his Royal Peltas. And you can see which ones probably got shot to hell. Then we got Dagger here with 1,953 kills. His Royal Peltas, look at this, 242, 211, and 186. His Cretan Archers, 114, 112. 115 on an Etruscan Hoplite, 125 on a Sam Knight Warrior, and that's about it there. Gorm with 2,508 kills. You can't forget the 8. 540 on the Hellenic Royal Cavalry, making him a silver chevron after all of that. 236 on the Cretan Archers is the best. Then 139 on a Levy Pike. His Etruscan Hoplites, 161. And then his Sam Knight Warriors did really well with 188 and 105. And then look at that, 471 kills on his Royal Peltas, making it a triple bronze chevron. Alright guys, I hope you guys really enjoyed this one as much as I did. I enjoyed playing it, and as usual, it was an absolute pleasure to do the replay and kind of look at it from some different angles and from that outside perspective of, even just criticism in myself. There were definitely things that I could have done better there. I think my archers, I really lost some initiative, and I really blew it with my cavalry. I missed that, unfortunately. But unfortunately, I did, have a great opportunity with my cavalry and looked away and didn't end up taking it. And I was so mad with myself afterwards. But like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this one as much as I did. And you know what? Like I said, this was your Sunday special. And if you guys liked it, if you guys like the name of Sunday special, leave me a comment in the comments section. And as usual, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button so that you can watch all of my other videos. So we will see you guys next time.